today we're actually doing a comparison, kind of a battle between the Megaboom 4 by Ultimate Ears and the JBL Charge 6, which one you guys should buy. So on this video, we're gonna be covering just a few things. First off is going to be kind of build quality. Then we're gonna go into connectivity, which is in my opinion, kind of a basic thing. So we're gonna kind of move past that pretty quick. Then we'll get into the meat and potatoes, which is going to be sound quality. And then after that, we're gonna go into basically what I don't like about the speakers, an overall conclusion on which one you should buy. And stay until the end, guys, because at the end of this video, we're actually gonna be doing a sound comparison of different genres. I'm gonna be doing hip hop, rap, pop, and then some metal / rock. So first off, build quality is with the Ultimate Ears, what you're gonna be looking at with the Megaboom 4 is kind of a completely opposite form factor to the JBL Charge 6. Here, this is kind of in the same shape as like a beer bottle, so to speak. The biggest things that are different with this one versus the JBL is literally the fact that this is a vertical shaped speaker. So this is gonna be great for those people who kind of want something that's a little bit less horizontally taking up room. And so if you are somebody who's looking to put this in kind of a bottle compartment of your backpack or things like that, where the bottle goes, essentially the beer bottle would go or can in your car, that's where this would be useful. So with the build quality being said, the Ultimate Ears Megaboom 4 does have a carabiner style kind of accommodation here. So you can put this on a backpack, on a boat, anything that merely accommodates what you're looking to do with it. The Ultimate Ears, in my opinion, is not very heavy. I would give this kind of a medium. I am someone who lifts weights, but I'm not exactly a super strong guy. If you are looking to buy this for a family, as far as having a kid pick this up or kind of using it day to day or putting this in a backpack with a bunch of other camping gear or stuff for the day, I don't think it's gonna be a huge issue. However, I would say if you're somebody who kind of packs pretty heavy, this might be a problem in the backpack with a bunch of other things. So if you're putting 30 pounds worth of stuff in your backpack or whatever it is that you're using on a day-to-day basis, I would say maybe hit the brakes with this and maybe go for a smaller version of the UE series. So as far as that goes, you do have two kind of buttons on the front here. So you do have the volume up and volume down. For me personally, this is a subjective opinion, and I think this is objective, but I'm not really sure who's using speakers with it next to you. You're probably somebody who's using the speaker from far away. You use this, you put it at the pool, you might put it on the kitchen island while you go listen to music in another room. I've never really used a portable speaker next to it. So for me, the buttons on the speaker, except for the Bluetooth and the on button, don't really matter to me. You do have a start stop button here, which again, subjectively, I don't really use or appreciate. So for me, this is all unnecessary. But from the objective standpoint, you do have your on button and your Bluetooth button, so that all of your buttons are right here. It's a very simplistic style and design. This is the blue color. There is a pink and I think a purple and then a black. The black is a little bit more sleek, but everyone has black, so I got the blue in that one. So as far as build quality, we'll move on to the JBL. So the JBL has a horizontal football style. It is a football style. There's no question here whatsoever. This is a football style speaker. This is going to be a front-facing speaker, whereas the Megaboom does have, and we'll get into this in a minute with sound quality, 360 sound, whereas the JBL does not. The JBL does have your three buttons, the same exact style layout on the front, minus for volume, your plus for volume, and then your start stop for playing music or stopping music, and then you do have your kind of functionality buttons on the top. So those are nice, but once again, I don't really use them, but objectively, those are nice for people who want them. So that is kind of build design. The JBL is horizontal, so it takes up technically more room, whereas the Megaboom is just straight up. So you're only taking up about 2 or 3 inches of room horizontally. So if you are someone who has maybe you're very picky or particular about how it looks on your desk or whatever it is, the Logitech just takes up more room going up, which at the end of the day technically takes up less room, I guess. So that is build quality. As far as which one I like better, there really is no liking better here. One of these doesn't really have a huge thing that stands out to me. It's really what works better for your needs. Everyone watching this video, guys, is going to have different needs and wants. So whether you're a camper or a hiker or you go fishing, that's going to be all depending on what you are. So I don't like to give my perspective too much because I don't want that to kind of bias the video. So moving into connectivity, guys, I like to brush over this a little bit because I realize you guys are probably here for the whole works, but the connectivity, it's all Bluetooth speakers. So I'm just going to respectfully say this, is that the Bluetooth connectivity on both of these is the same. The Logitech UE and the JBL do have Bluetooth apps that you can actually download for your iPhone or Android. So next on the list is going to be what you guys all came here for. Remember, stay until the end. I promise you guys, you're not going to be disappointed. We are doing a sound test at the end. So as far as sound quality, from what I heard, for me personally, I felt that the Logitech Megaboom had a the sound quality is good, but what I noticed is that with artists with genres like heavy metal and rock, the sound gets muddy. So when there's a lot of different instruments and different elements on the soundstage, the sound gets muddy. So for that being said, what I did notice with the Logitech where it really stands out and shines is with pop, rap, and hip hop. Now, I will say that for this speaker, we noticed that the sound does sound a little bit tinny and kind of like it comes from a closet, so it's not as full. The JBL is a much more balanced sound, which we noticed the drums and the sound has more depth to it. It also has this bass, dedicated bass response on the side, which we noticed just produces a better sound. We also noticed that the JBL does get louder. So if you're somebody who is looking for a louder speaker for outdoor purposes, it does get louder, and we like that specifically. The one thing I will kind of tell you guys is that they do sound fairly similar, and the average consumer, I think the Megaboom 4 will please your ears. If you're somebody who's only into metal and rock, I would suggest steering away from it, weirdly enough, even if you are an average consumer, because we did notice that the vocals and the rest of the music gets muddy, and it is not exactly a pleasant listen. We did notice with the JBL that the drums and the soundstage is more wide and more clear. So if you are looking for all genres to sound good, you're gonna have no issue with the JBL. Now with sound quality, this is something to consider, is that the Megaboom is gonna have a 360 sound. So for personal people like me, I don't necessarily care about 360 sound, but you might. The JBL is a forward-facing speaker, which means if you are out with your friends or at a pool party or whatever it is, you might actually have to face it towards you in order for it to sound the best. The 360 sound, I think you will notice and you will appreciate. It isn't something that is perfect though, because 360 sound doesn't mean the same amount of speakers are throughout the whole thing. What's happening is that the technology is attempting to provide sound on 360, but you're not able to get the exact same distribution of elements to produce the exact same sound on the 360-degree angle. So I would say out of 10, the sound quality on the Megaboom, I would probably give a 6, a hard 6, or a hard 7. The JBL would probably be a hard 7 or a hard 8. We definitely liked it better, and we felt that it was more clear, especially with the vocals. But at the end of the day, if you're looking to save that 50 bucks, the Logitech might be the way to go, because we need to be kind of real with ourselves that a lot of people aren't going to really want to have the clearest sound. And for some people, it's going to be about price. It's going to be about just getting the job done. We're going out camping, we're drinking some beers. We don't really care what it sounds like. We just need something that gets loud. So that is that for sound quality. Next is I want to go into kind of what I don't like about the speaker. So for me personally, the JBL, if I could pick everything, I would say that the omnidirectional could be something that could be a nuisance to you guys if you guys are looking for something that's perfect. The 360 sound is nice to have, and I will say that it is noticeable sometimes. The JBL does not have that, so if you are someone who goes behind the speaker or at different viewing angles, you could be like, the music doesn't sound as good. Now, something I really don't like about the Logitech UE, and I want to slow the video way down because this could be something that I get in trouble with Logitech. I'm kind of kidding, but this is a massive problem that I really don't like about the Megaboom 4, and I really want to give this to you guys because it's important for me in these videos to give you guys the best information possible. So when you go buy these, that you're not like, why didn't I watch this on YouTube and understand this better? And that is that when it dies, you actually are not able to use the speaker for about 30 minutes. I was on a trip recently. I bought this about 2 weeks ago, and the speaker died, and I plugged it in, and I was expecting to be able to turn it on, and I couldn't. So it took about 30 minutes for it to turn back on. I Googled it. I asked my friends, and I was like, what could this possibly be? And we just came to the conclusion that when this speaker dies, you cannot use it for 30 to 45 minutes. So in my opinion, a lot of people would say, dude, just like, don't let your speaker die. Like, this isn't hard. This isn't whatever it is. However, I will say this is a portable speaker. This is a portable device. And in my opinion, subjective, of course, at $20-25, there is no room for excuses at $150, even if this was $100. I'm getting intense about this because I think this is a massive flaw in this design, because if you're out camping with the boys or you're doing whatever it is and your speaker dies, I just don't know many people who are gonna watch their phone and see what the charge level is. There was some times when I heard a voice come on the speaker, and I believe that was it telling me that the speaker charge was low. So I believe it does give you a heads up. So at that point I could have plugged it in. However, I think this is just a massive flaw, and I want to give you guys the heads up before you buy this speaker, that if you are looking to buy this, fix the problem by just charging it, but also don't get mad at me. If you go out on your boat and it dies and you go to plug it in and you're like, we need it, we're about to go party or do something or go fishing, and it doesn't work. So with that being said, I would say that is just a huge con that I have to that speaker, and that is something that I think you guys should definitely keep in consideration before buying. Yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Put in the comments below what you guys think about the speakers, which one you're looking to buy. Obviously, I think you're going to do this at the end after you see the comparison of sound.
I just need to numb the pain for a minute. I just wanna run away on vacation. I don't know what to all of you hate me. Everything's been so hard with all the situations lately. I just need to numb the pain for a minute. I just wanna run away.
I hope this was helpful. This is the JBL Charge 6 and the Megaboom 4. See you next time. Peace.